Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Gifek. And Sofo. Assalamu alaikum.
Boji. Alaikum salam.
And I don't want to ask you how you're doing because yes, because I know how you're doing. I know how you're feeling. And I don't know, but what's been happening? I mean, what more can you share with us as far as this tragic incident is concerned? You know, I mean, for instance, we heard that the president was supposed to be at that same event where Omane, Boamah and Co were attending. The likes of Sammy, Gyamfi, the likes of Kofi Boamah, of course, he was there, but he took the lead. And I'm even told Muntaka, the interior minister, was also supposed to be there. You know, but first of all, what have you been thinking? You know, what have you been reflecting on since this whole thing happened? Where were you, for instance, when you heard the news? And what was your immediate reaction? And again, if you have something to share with us as far as what we're hearing about other persons who could have, you know, touch wood, God forbid, been involved in this.
Very well, Moro. Today, I don't know. Yesterday was the most darkest day in the history, I would say in the history of my life, actually. And a death of a person has never hit me hard like yesterday.
Wow.
Yes. Because knowing the person that I worked with closely, Omane Boamah, at least expected he was about going. Because as of yesterday in the morning, 7:45, we were discussing very important national issue.
Oh, yesterday?
Yesterday.
7:45
a.m. The chats are still here.
Is it like a regular interaction?
Yes,
on
daily basis? Daily basis, we talk, chat about issues. You know, see, I don't want to say but he's gone. He was the director of elections of the NDC, although a defense minister. He still holds that position. Yeah. And I deputize him with my other colleagues. So daily, when it comes to election matters and all that, we share. He will give us directions and all that. I've never seen a gem like that in the business of elections. Like, he was like a chairman in a boardroom. He will come out with strategy, with plan, and then we will just go and execute.
And I'm told he's very, very scientific in his approach.
And meticulous. Meticulous when it comes to figures. When you come with your plan, Omane will look at you and ask you simple questions. What you have brought, does it make sense to you? If it makes sense to me, then it makes sense to me. You reflect back before you now go ahead. So we discuss. And my other colleague was to take the lead today to Akotia. It was about Akotia. So he was, at that morning, he was still doing his job as a director of elections. Although he had another national assignment he was going to do. We didn't know. He never disclosed to us that he was going for the trip. So when he was telling us about what to do for the Akotia, what to do, go and do this, you take charge of this, you do this, you come with your report, this and that. 11 something, then the story started coming.
Where were you then?
I was in my office. Jack, I collapsed. I didn't understand what was going on. My driver had to come and pick me, carry me to India High Commission to sit there because I didn't know what was going on. I said from 88 up to now, it was yesterday, tears started flowing my eyes. I was just looking at this. What is this? A dream story? What is happening? Such a brilliant person I've ever met. Omane hardly talks. He only put pen and paper. And then what you put on paper, anywhere you are going, you go with it. And you come back with results. That was the kind of person he was. You go, sit down before you, Omane will tell you, look, don't go to TV station or radio station unprepared. If you know you are not prepared, don't appear there at all. These are the areas you should handle. Don't go this path, go this path. And you will always succeed in that aspect. Brother Moro, Ghana, we have lost a gem. We have lost a gem. Damn brainy. He understood the game of politics, how to navigate in the difficulties of opposition and in power. Just last week in his office, we met all our directors of elections after we've won and all that, had very beautiful discussions with them and all that. Putting strategies, I took down the news and then we about starting implementing some of the things we discussed, and the man left us midway like this. It's very bad, very, very terrible. Murtala was my junior in the training college. We attended the same training college, Tamale teacher training college. Once I was in my final year, they came in the first year. So I knew him from afar. I mean, and later on, very close, working together when he was the NP for Nanton, and later on Tamale. I know his passion for the youth, especially Tamale Enclave. Murtala will meet me and say, you know, you always say, a computer, what are we doing for the youth over there? We have to do something for them. They have worked hard. They need jobs. You guys must create something, bring up something. I'm also doing something. Let's get them employed. That was his passion. Tamale was in his head always. Anytime he meets you, tell you, what are we doing for Tamale, my people? You know, that's where you stay. And although you are from Bimbila, but you live all your life in Tamale. So I said, we have that plan. He visited me in my office recently. Spoke at length. I didn't know that he was part of the delegation until when the gentleman who called me was mentioning the name, I just threw the phone away. And even the most interesting aspect and sad part of it is Samuel Sapon. We had we meet always on Tuesdays, functional executive committee meeting. Okay. So when we met on Tuesday, actually he requested that I give him a laptop. He wanted to give to his grandsons and all that. I said, National Vice Chairman. So we there. A simple matter. So I gave him 2. So that Tuesday, he was thanking me. I always call him my father, talk, and then National Chairman announced to us at the meeting that there was this program that they were going to attend in Obuasi, and they needed senior officials like the FEC members to be present. But he had already had some program lined out, so he was not able to go. He won't be able to go. So he needed another person. And General Secretary also said, it's too short, it's just been announced, and the thing is tomorrow, because he has some other program he has penciled to attend. Then Kobe Ballon suggested that, look, National Vice Chairman, you are here, Dr. Sapon. It's from your region. You should represent us. And he's the type, he would never resist anything FEC will ask him to do. That was the kind of person he was, Dr. Sapon. Very passionate for the NDC. When it comes to NDC and his programs, unannounced, he will go. That's how he was. So everybody say, oh yeah, Dr. Sapon, this one there, you have to go. That's how he joined it. No, the FEC was goodbye him like that. In fact, I'm told his driver collapsed because he drove him to. Yes, he drove him Air Force Base for the man to join. He hadn't even reached the office when this news broke because of traffic and all that. So as soon as he got down and they hit him with their story, he collapsed. They had to rush him to 37 because he didn't believe this. He drove the man to the Air Force Base.
Little did you know that was going to be the last time.
The last he was going to do. And then the Abuaji, you know Abuaji, our candidate for Boasi is also works with NADMO. He's a deputy executive director of NADMO. Okay.
Is it for the region?
No, for the national.
Oh, for national?
Yes, national. So he was representing NADMO in the delegation. Because the minister was supposed to be there. Interior Minister, Muntaka. That's why he broke down. Because he would have been part of the names that we are mentioning.
Yeah.
Muntaka was going to be part of them.
I'm told with Sammy Gyamfi.
Yes, they were going to join the team. And that's why he broke down. Because therefore, it was just with some few minutes for him to come. I think something took him off. He has to stay back in the office to deal with. And then they had to go. And you know,
You mean Muntaka?
Muntaka, yes. He was to join them.
Yeah, His Excellency the President was the guest of honor.
Yes, the president was going. And the interesting thing is that this one, the heli was to go and come back and pick the second delegation.
Hey!
That was this thing. And this thing just happened. Limuna, another gentleman par excellence. You know, I worked closely. When I got to know Limuna very well when he became the regional minister. At that time, I was then the regional director of election for the NDC, as well as the regional treasurer. When he came in, we worked very closely. Limuna will always ask you, how do we go about this? How do we go about this? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Because he knows that we were in the political terrain, and he was now joining us up. And then we worked closely until he was reshuffled to our Greek ministry. That this joint didn't come. We were still together. And you know, after we lost power in 2016, he worked closely with His Excellency John Dramani, to the extent when His Excellency established his farm at Busuna around this place. Limuna was part of the team managing the farms. That's why people were not hearing from him, because he was managing His Excellency household and then the farms and all that. He's passionate when it comes to Greek and then human relations and all. Fantastic. And so a friend of mine is staying with him, who happened to be our secretary at FEC, living in his house. Limuna was not interested in getting any job. He didn't want any job. He said he wanted to continue this Greek thing he's doing with the president and do his business and other things. He wasn't interested in public service job anymore. But you know our math, pressure. The government is in power. You are not getting job, as if they have forgotten of him. That's why he reluctantly went in for. You know, his appointment just came about 2 weeks ago.
He's deputy to Razak.
Deputy to Razak.
Yes.
He wasn't interested. But he said, well, since the pressure is there and the presidency also wants me to save the nation, why not? He cannot tell the president, I won't do the job. It's called duty. So he accepted to work with Razak as a deputy. I think this is his first assignment. Yes. First major assignment is going with this thing. And we lost this. I said, from morning at the time it happened up to evening, I couldn't control myself. 5 important personalities like this. It hits us hard as a nation. And 3 young men, the airmen. 3 young men. Anala, I know his father. His father was also a squadron leader from science and tech and all that. 3 young guys. Just lost them like that. We have to thank His Excellency for declaring 3-day national mourning. I mean, it's for everybody. These were fine brains, especially when you take Mutala and the guy is speaking and even when she put pen and paper together, you know that this is a brainy guy. He knows his stuff. After my boss, if I'm going to talk about him, Omane Boamah, we'll talk up to evening. We'll end the show. He was a friend, a father, and a teacher. I was learning. The man had a library, full library in his house. Omane from the office, he doesn't go anywhere. He doesn't have friends. So he will go and sit anywhere, straight to his house, to the library. That's how he was. He wrote a book. He was about launching the book this year.
Yeah, he's launched one already.
Yes.
Which was, I think, was about nukes.
Yes, nukes.
Yes.
This one is about Atamios.
Oh,
I'm telling you, the stuff he's put in there, that book would have hit the political landscape and reshaped the way it is. He finished it. In fact, I'm sure he wanted to launch it in, I think, in September, because we're forcing him to write a book on the election, 2024, how we transverse up to this. Then he said, yes, because of the Atamios book, he wants to launch that one and then continue. No, he started writing the book, we didn't even know. He started writing the book about what happened in 2024, the strategy, the plan, the processes and all that, how we navigate the processes and this body camera thing.
Oh, I think that's the book,
That is
isn't
it.
it?
That is it. That is the book.
Oh, A Peaceful Man.
Yes. That's
Wow.
it. That's the book.
Wow, wow, wow. Oh, Omane Boamah, that's it, I see.
Yes.
A peaceful man in an African democracy.
I'm telling you.
Oh, so
The
book is
stuff
actually
in the
ready.
book.
It was just
It's ready.
it was just
Everything is
waiting
set.
to launch it.
Waiting to be launched. Such a brilliant chap. And he was writing on election too. That is the painful aspect. Moro. Omane was an institution when it came to election. People didn't know. He knows his flair. When you hear him talk to people, I was just an arrowhead talking. It was coming from Omane. You see, you know, he was a type who didn't like talking plenty. So I was just a striker. They passed the ball and they'll fire. But the real footwork and all this was coming from him. Madi, Yaira, and then Ataboate. We had a team. And everybody knew who was going to strike what. So prepare everything and then computer, go and fire. Go in. And one of the fond memory I will always cherish, and I said I will continue to choose him even in the next world as my boss, was the day the Electoral Commission came out with the register with that summaries, totals. Omane told me, keep your eye on these people, on the ball. This will make or break NDC. If you falter here, we have doomed. Keep your eye on it. Don't fear. That is how we survived. We held them after midnight and refused to accept anything thrown at us. And so when he came out with the body camera thing, people thought it's just a normal body camera. It's a code. It is only the team that can decode it for you. It was a strategy that was coded with the term body cameras. So on December 7th, 2024, when he announced midday, activate body cameras, people didn't understand. They thought we had some cameras in their bodies, and it was a code. And we knew how it was going to be played. He's gone. We know it. We will keep it alive. We will still keep the code for another important activities that the party will call us to come and do. This was the man we're talking about. And the team he assembled, trained us together, worked together with them, opened our eyes about certain things, how to go about matters of this nature. And then when we came to power, he wanted to make sure that the party agents who worked for the party, the trainers, the instructors, everybody will have his or her due. He started it. And it was working. A good number of them are in places. And the next month, we're going into the instructors and trainers as well as the party agents who worked across the 80,000 polling stations. We had very beautiful plans work out. This was a strategist. This meeting I'm talking about, that meeting was not for jokers on that day. And so all these things, when you reflect back and sit down, we've lost him. I said, no, it's a dream. It cannot be true. Full of life. Full of life. If it was to be health will not kill Omane more for now. Health-wise, the man doesn't joke with his health. Eating the kind of food he eats, he's always moving with sanitizer, and to make sure that even COVID has gone, he has his masks always with him. You know, he's a seasoned doctor. So he will always tell you, you take your life for granted. You people, you eat by heart. Anytime you go and say you want lunch, this thing time, that's not the time to be eating. He will always cool us. When you are in a meeting, sometimes Mad will say, you know your boss doesn't like eating, or you will sneak and let's go and eat and come. Because for him, he can sit from morning after only tea or some small thing. This day, it was a serious deed, what you are just showing over there. It wasn't for jokers. We didn't get the victory on silver platter. We had to follow up because we knew what our opponents were planning with the EC. And such a fine brain is gone. Moro, we have lost a gem. And I'm not surprised across the political divide, they are eulogizing him and then the other members who passed on. That is what politics is about. We are not enemies. I've been saying it. We are not enemies. We are only opponents, opposing sides. We are social democrats, they are capitalists. We all want to develop Ghana, but we are using different routes. So when it comes to a tragedy of this nature, magnitude, we all come together as one, as a country. And especially when they lost their MP, Akotia. In fact, we NDC were in the forefront, eulogizing the gentleman, the young man, and even Senate delegation. Because it's painful to lose a person. Look, when you lose a life, it's costly to the state. Because the person, what the person was doing to the state, you've lost it. And so, we are together in this. I know our opponent, they are also hit because whatever they were going to do would inure to the benefit of everybody in Ghana. This project they were going to launch on behalf of the president was a masterpiece, responsible mining, so that this Galamsey business and all that will be thing of the past. Will redirect their energies to responsible mining and all that. And that's what they were going to do. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has a vision for the young people in Ghana. And he knew that, look, we cannot stop mining completely. This one will redirect your efforts so that we can have responsible, you the young people, the youth who want to be in mining, go and do your mining responsibly. We are not going to stop anybody from mining. That it is not in our agenda. Nobody can even stop mining in Ghana. But let's do it responsibly. And so this plan put together by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was a masterstroke to help the youth and make everybody who wants to go into it go it perfectly. For them to die in line of duty, it's really hard. It's really hard. It's not easy. I just hope that I have seen some few write-ups in social media. I believe their heart will be touched. They should pull down those things. Those things doesn't. This is not the time to do politics. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It is not the time. What people are, I say people from the overzealous one from our opponents. What they are putting. I don't think it has the blessing of leadership at all. Because I saw the statement from MPP signed by their general secretary. Very touching. I mean, this is what a party is supposed to do. Of course, we are all mourning. And I heard my worthy brother, Afenyo Martin, I wish him well, Afenyo Martin, he also came out with a statement, very touching and all that. I mean, their leadership, I would attest. But the overzealous ones, they think that everything is for politicking and all that. What is it that if you look at it, we've lost them. You are writing these things over there. Do you think you can survive tomorrow? And that's one thing you should reflect. You should empathize with this. And so when it comes like that, just put politics aside. And then let's be together. I spoke with BBC yesterday, and Nigeria Arise TV, and they were all worried that to lose such important personality is a national disaster. It's a national tragedy. And you are in the country, you don't feel it. You go in because of some 10 CD data you have put in your listing, you are writing rubbish. It's not the best. Let's empathize. Look, Muntaka was a fine gentleman, a Muslim par excellence. He memorized the Quran. Muntaka could read the Quran from in and out.
Yeah.
He's one of the guys I would say are jealous when it comes to the religion. I came from the religious talk. My house, all my brothers and relatives, I find high-level Islamic scholars. Unfortunately, I didn't go further. And so when he's reading it, I sit down and I like the way he's reciting the verses.
Yeah, let's listen to this one. Let's listen to this one.
Yes.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل عزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مقمحون وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون وسواء عليهم أنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشرهم بمغفرة وأجر كريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
See, it is a gentleman.
He was a Hafiz.
I'm telling you, I said,
He's memorized the Quran.
you know the interesting aspect. His last interview with Tamale-based radio station,
Yeah.
Diamond FM,
Yeah.
they asked him about death and all that. And he said, every day he's been thinking of death.
Yeah.
He's been thinking of death.
I saw that interview.
Yes. So it's like it was dawning on him. I wish I could read the way he was reading and reciting the verses. I love it when I sit down and listen to people recite it, the verses and all. Because of time, I couldn't study up to that level. And the Quran had such a brilliant person. Limuna was another devout Muslim. Alhaji Muna. Another devout Muslim.
You know, speaking about Murtala Muhammad, Ibrahim Murtala Muhammad, Sammy Gyamfi, who was actually was supposed to be part of the team that was going to Obuasi for the inauguration of the event. Now he put something up based on the Tamale issue that you mentioned.
Yeah.
You know, where he said every day when he wakes up he thinks about death. You know. Now Sammy Gyamfi says, and this is what Sammy remembers of Murtala. He says, "Hear this," and this is in quote. "Hear this. We have a home and a father to return to at the end of life's journey when all is said and done." And he says, "Comrade Dr. Murtala Muhammad, fare thee well, comrade. Rest in peace in the bosom of your maker." Just to
That is it.
buttress the point you're making.
That is it. I'm saying that the gentleman, like you said, he knew it was dawning on him. And a very devout Muslim of that nature to die in this farm. I have not studied much about the religion, but I can tell you he might be in his way to heaven. He might be in his way to heaven. Because I can testify his Islamic this thing. He never misses his prayers. And the same thing, Alhaji Limuna. Alhaji Limuna is always ready for prayer. When you are even doing some work and it's time for prayer, he will stop it and go straight to observe his prayer before he continues. That's one thing he never joked with. And I know my boss, a devout Catholic. Just last week, you know, there's a group in the Catholic Church, this St. John group or something like this. They came and presented some award to him in his office.
Okay.
Because of his role in the Catholic Church and all that, Dr. Omane. Very prayerful. And Dr. Sapo, they don't joke with this thing. That's why you always play the mouth organ anytime we have. When we lost Sam Piali, a leadership went there, it was Dr. Sapon who was playing the mouth organ of our party and all this. Eulogizing Sam Piali. And when Adikuka group came to meet us at FEC, he spoke at length. A lot of people spoke at it. Saturday we were at the State House to bury Sam Piali after Adikuka on Friday. And we buried Sam Piali. All these groups were there to see off Sam Piali, not knowing that we're going to lose them in the next few days. It's heart-wrenching. And I think we have to come together as a country.
Let me read something to you, and it speaks to, apparently, his philanthropic work, which apparently he was doing very quietly, not telling people. I'm sure that you may have witnessed some of those. But Mami Sawabonzi is you can call it a socialite. She's a very active person on social media and very well educated lady. Now, she posted this one up and she says, this is in February 2012. It says, during a difficult period in my life, I was asked to reach out to Dr. Omane Boamah. Meanwhile, some people don't know that side of him. Okay. And this is the exchange between the two of them. Dr. Omane Boamah says, Ajwa, what do you want to do and how can I help? Then she says, Doc, I want to go back to school. And Omane Boamah says, send me your admission letter. And she writes, this is how Doc changed my life. So during your birthdays, I'll post and send the message. Everyone needs a Dr. Omane Boamah, and you will reply, thank you, Mami. Now, fast forward, 2024, this is December 13. Omane Boamah says, Ajwa, I took this picture of you and the team so that you remember this day and the work you did. And Ajwa says, thank you, Doc. And then July 24, 2025, Omane Boamah says, Ajwa, this work has made us strangers. And then the lady, Ajwa, says, Doc, I know you are always there, so no need to worry you. And then he says, that is true. Wow.
That was the man. You remember the little girl?
Okay.
The surgery that was done to one young girl whose parents could not do it.
Yes.
Just recently.
Yes, recently.
Until people started talking about, Omane has been doing that kind of philanthropic work behind the scene a lot.
I see.
Until people started publishing that. He didn't even want it out publicly. But it came out. It cost almost 80,000 Ghana cedis for them to go and do the surgery. This was a man. When it comes to philanthropic work, he's par excellence. But he doesn't talk.
He doesn't talk.
No. That's the type. That's the type. Look, until recently that you see him appearing on national issues and coming up public, Omane will tell you that, oh, what am I going there to do? We have finished the work. Maybe some people just want cameras. Let them go and have their cameras and all that. I'm not interested in cameras. That's how he was. So he will tell you, but you people, you like cameras too much. What are you going for the function for? That's why most of the campaign trails and other things, you hardly will see him there. He will design the strategy, the plan and everything, and then we will go and wear our big dresses and jump around. That's how he was. And then such a person, oh my brother.
All right. Do we have a break to take, Annie, so that we... Okay, all right, so stay with us. You're live on Good Morning, Ghana.
Not hurt, but help our democratic process. You need to give it greater consideration. I come also to the point of adjudication, and we saw some very huge figures in the presentation. Are these figures emanating from the very adjudication meetings that NDC participated in? Because to the best of our knowledge, the meetings that we participated in, we did not treat these figures in tens of thousands, about 20-something thousand. So once again, it will be important for a forensic audit to identify where these over 20,000 figures are coming from. Because the report that we have does not support that. We have heard, and Madam Chair spoke about the fact that we certainly do not require external assistance. I've also heard some PC officials question the legality. We have CI 91 as amended by CI 126. We also have CI 127. Okay?
PENDREAM TV now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.